Okay, we're going to wait for people to come on before I begin. I'm only allowing this live to be half an hour because I need to head to work. I finished up one job and I'm taking off to one job and I'm taking off to go do a smaller job. Today we are going to be allowing my spirit guide, Elijah, to speak. So before I begin, I would like to quell some fears about Elijah. Elijah began to appear in my meditations a long ago. I would say before the pandemic, probably 2 years prior, maybe 3. So it's been a while. I was in a meditation and he appeared in the woods. My meditation, I found myself sitting on a large rock overlooking a valley. I was up on a mountain. It was heavily wooded, but at the end of this path was a big rock, and down below was a valley. It looked like I could see trails, but it was like a valley. And behind me was a path, but I had reached my destination at the point because I was going to turn around and go back. And so I decided to sit on the rock, and up, coming down the path that I was just on, was a person. And I couldn't see their face. They had on like a sackcloth garment that you would see monks wear in the Dark Ages. I don't know if they still wear that kind of habit. And around his waist was a rope type belt that was knit and hanging down. And he had his hood on. And at that point, I couldn't see his face. When he got close, he was carrying like a staff, like a stick, but a thick one, and it curved at the top. Not like, a shepherd staff, but kind of like hooked a little bit. And he walked very slowly, and he came about 10 feet away from me. And he was looking sideways, so there was kind of like a shadow. And I could see his nose, I could see his mouth, I could see the side of his face, but I couldn't see his eyes. And he said some really important things to me. And those things stuck with me. One of the things was, you're coming to the end of your cycle, your journey, your long, hard journey. Look at the mountain. Take a look at the ravine below. You've come so far. And that was it. He turned and walked away. Well, he began to appear periodically, always with a message for me to keep going. Now, I do not know who, or did not know who this spirit was, but I felt a very strong connection with God, with the spirit. And, you know, at one point I thought that he was Padre Pio, the saint. And then when I had Padre Pio, the saint, and then when I had a very detailed meditation, well, it was a healing actually. Elijah appeared in that healing where I was with someone who was giving me the healing. And I got to see his face. The prominent feature on him was his eyes. They were a blue-green, striking, like not of this world, blue-green, like huge. And he had a slight beard and a mustache. His hair wasn't really dark. It was kind of like almost like an auburn brown, but lighter because of the red highlights from the auburn. And it was curly. And it wasn't long. It was kind of short, maybe up to here. And his hood was down. And he had darker skin. And I asked him what his name was, and he said, "My name is Elijah. And now you know who I am." And then he turned away. So after that, I began to receive messages from Elijah more frequently. Always hopeful, always uplifting, always on point. But Elijah comes when Elijah feels. And the last couple of days, on Friday, I worked a job. My customers are on vacation, and I went later in the day. The day before that, I what I call nudges. And when I close my eyes, I see right here. A lot of times I will see a bright white light, but I've been seeing what almost looks like, you know, when your internet goes down a little bit and you see that circle and it's like dots and it just keeps going around and around and around. Well, I see a pinwheel, kind of pinwheel lines, and it goes like that around and around. "Hi, Marta, how are you? Welcome. I'm glad you are here." And kind of there's little lines that looks like a pinwheel in it. And it does that. It goes around and it circles. So I've been getting that for about a week. And at first it was unnerving because I thought, okay, what's happening to my mind? And then I realized it's information. It's information that needs to be expressed, not just to me, because some of the information is private. It's information that needs to be expressed to the world. So I asked if it was Elijah. Out working in the yard on Saturday, and I heard something to do with trees. And so I said, okay, you know, I'll put this up that I'll go live on Sunday evening. Well, things didn't always work out. Things don't always work out the way we plan, therefore we shift a little bit. That's what going with the flow is all about. And even though I put that up, I didn't have the time slot to do so. Well, here I am. And so I am going to begin asking life to come through, similar to a channel. But there's no fear. I know when the energies are not of God. I know. I have had those experiences. Hi, Nellie. Welcome. Hi, Susan. Welcome. I know when these experiences are not of God. I know. I've had a lot of years of experience with this because it's been happening to me since I was a little girl. And when I tell my story, I'm getting ready to tell my story after Mother's Day, or let's say between now and Mother's Day. I'm going to start the 4-part or 5-part series of telling my story while I put on makeup. And you guys will understand. So, darken it. So, we are releasing fear, welcoming Elijah to come through. I don't remember the messages that I get until I rewatch the live stream. So let's begin. And hopefully more people will come. I can wait. Right now we have 11 views. And you guys are on, so you're part of that, I'm sure. 11 is a wonderful number to begin. So let's begin. I hope you guys, it's a cloudy, rainy day here, and my internet service isn't always the best. So let me take a few minutes. So let me take a few minutes. Dear God, Creator God, powerful archangels, Raphael, Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and guardian angels, Serena and Edward, please be with me now, as well as Holy Spirit Divine, for protection as we welcome Elijah to come through. Yeah. Thank you, Elijah. Thank you so much. I know you've had messages to impart, and I am ready to be that conduit for you. Welcome all. I am so glad that you are here today with me. It is important for all of you to understand that out of the darkness comes light. So many view darkness as evil, but darkness is a place in between worlds. It is a place of healing for those that are in the darkness, if they so choose to move out of it. And it is a choice. It takes a strong will. It takes a strong power. It takes a higher power, one of light, to move you from dark into the light. But you must be willing, my friends, to do so. Light is where knowledge and wisdom is imparted. And it begins as a spark in the darkness. For in the beginning, out of darkness came light. And if only those who struggle could see that they are not alone and can reach this with the help of those above, the billions of spirits, the billions of angelic beings, the billions of opportunities to come out of that dark space. And though some of it is physical, healing will begin with that spark of light and the belief and the faith and the hope that this is so. It takes strength. It takes courage. It takes willingness. And so, my friends, I ask you today to search inside of yourself. Where is that peace that needs to come forth inside of you, that needs that healing? Where is that shadow plaguing you? Ask that it be able to come to the surface to be dealt with. It cannot be dealt with if you do not give it permission. You must give it permission. This is the will. The will. Nothing in this universe is done without your permission. Things don't happen haphazardly without your soul's choice. And so on this journey that you are on, you must be willing to accept the healing. Sometimes it feels good to be where you are because other people will. You are a physical body, but in your physical body, you have a spirit and a soul that is so much more powerful than your physical body. And when you decide that you will walk this journey in faith, in hope, with fortitude, with courage. And you will accept your soul's quest in your physical body without the drama, without the pity, without the misery. As your vibration rises higher and higher to the realms where God, angels, all of the light beings, spirit beings exist, help will come to you. It's as if you almost don't have to do anything, yet you do. Because when you merge your will with the higher realms and you say, yes, yes, I am willing. Yes, I am ready. Yes, I have faith. Yes, I'm going to do this. Yes, I accept your help. Please show me the way. Point me to that path of least resistance. I am allowing all of this darkness to roll off of me. And I am going to walk into this marvelous light of healing. Although my body is not permanent, is. And I can tell you, my friends, some of you are not accepting of this light. It is of God. God pours out light from their omnipotent hand into your head and all throughout your body. And when that happens, you will know. You may not physically heal completely, but your mind will know it. You will feel it. And you will break off shackles of darkness because you chose to accept, to be willing, to trust. My friends, please do not think that I do not understand your journey. One can only understand if they've been there. But if they haven't been there, they don't understand. And that's okay. That's okay, because everybody has that point of the soul. And when that happens, that is the proof of your soul's fortitude and courage, climbing out of the abyss into that wonderful light that you can see through the crack of the cave. When that crack shines, you will know, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. I can do this. You are not alone. Ever. And the mystical mental experiences that come to you from that point. Others may say, you are crazy. And you will say, I'm not crazy. I see the light, the bushel basket. I am showing everyone with my voice, with my character, who I am. Know who I am. This is your message for today. Look at the trees. Look at the trees. Their roots are firmly planted under the ground, deep. They search for water. From saplings, they grow into powerful, straight, strong trees. And when wind blows, the branches bend and shake, but the roots are firmly planted in the one and only sustenance of life, the tree life. Thank you for being here with me today, my friends. Look for the light. Spread your branches. Hi, my friends. Thank you, Elijah. Okay, my friends, I'm going to pull one card. Let's see if the card gives validation. Go by, I don't know what happened to I go by harbor lights. 3 harbor lights. That's what you want to do. You want to go by 3 harbor lights. Ships coming in from a storm looked for the 3 harbor lights to port. When they saw them, they knew that they were safe. Now, any messages you might receive, any thoughts you might receive, anything that anybody tells you, look for the harbor lights. It could be a sign driving down the look for the harbor lights. It could be a sign driving down the road. It could be somebody says something to you out of the blue. It could be, I remember years ago, it used to be a song on the radio. Sometimes it's a TV commercial. You know, be doing something and all of a sudden you hear a certain part of a TV commercial and you go, oh my God, that's one of my signs. That's how energy works. But look for 3 harbor lights. If you do not receive the 3 harbor lights, then you can question your message that you received. So let me pull a card and we'll see if we get validation. I have no idea what message came through. I will watch it before I leave to go work. It was strong. I know it was strong because I do always cry. But see, that is interesting because I've been getting these nudges and I've been like, yeah, okay, whatever. I don't have time. I got to do this. And I wanted to come on and have the opportunity. I'm supposed to be where I'm supposed to be at 1:00 my time, Eastern Standard Time. So that will give me time to watch this. I'm all dressed, ready to roll. And I'm so happy that you're here with me today. I just wanted to let you know that those of you that are here, and I don't know who else might be watching, some of you, this is my intuition, some of you are very, very strong and courageous. I'm glad I waited because I had a really good night's sleep. And last night I probably broke down and bawled on the internet. Okay, well, this is a conundrum. This is how I see the cards. Several cards have stuck out here. So I'm going to pick this one, and this one. And let's see. Well, very interesting because this is the light being card. So this card, I'm not going to read it, but this card basically means that when a light being for you, and a light being can also be a mentor, can be a person, not just spiritual. But when a light being shows up for you, respect it. They have very strong intuition. They work with angels and or fairies, and their goal and modus operandi is healing, strictly for healing, inner healing, physical healing, spiritual healing, and they are being guided by their highest good. So this card, and I won't know if it resonates until I watch the replay, but this card came up and we have a total, and there's going to be some healings today because of this. Now, the healings may not show up for, I would say, within 6 months to a year. There's going to be some healings because of this today. Okay? Change on this person. So this is a really good sign for a validation card. The second validation card has to be abundance. Abundance, this has nothing to do with finances. This has to do with living an abundant life. You can live an abundant life right now, today, moving forward by shifting your mindset and realizing that everything you have, including the handicaps, including the dark nights of the soul, including that space that you're going through, to be abundant relative to your heart situation and your view. Remember, every day, this sucks. I hate my life. I can't stand my life. This sucks. I don't like where I am. I don't like how I feel. I don't like I don't like I hate. I'm miserable. I don't want to be here. Shift those thoughts. Shift them little by little by little. And even when I had it, I still thought like that. Can you imagine that? Shame, shame. Notice all the flowers in the heart space. Take time to smell flowers, the roses, the beauty in your life, to see it all every single day. Find something. Hated my job. Hated it. I dragged my feet. I decided that I was going to wake up every day and I was going to say, I love my job. I love my job. I love my customers. I love everything about it. And lo and behold, one day I was like, I can't wait to go to work. We go to work today. I really love my job. How did that happen? It was a choice. It was a choice. Love is a choice. It's not a feeling. It's a choice. And all of the mystics that have gone before us, our ancestors had to make a choice. Think about that. Okay, this has to also, there's fairy energy here, light being. This has to do with jobs, actually. Carrying a job of love. See the pink? Carrying that job of love. You can be love and not be able to move. You can be love. And then the third card, this came up in the one of the readings the other day, I believe. This card is just, it's about resting. It's about taking time to rest and relax. A lot of times when we're anxious and we're in a really dark spot, depression and anxiety go hand in hand. Depression and anxiety go hand in hand. Feed one another. You're depressed and you feel all those feelings of depressed, which creates anxiety. Because your soul and your spirit knows that you don't really want to be there. So it's a vicious cycle. And as hard as it is, I remember I used to exhaust myself so that I could actually take that time to rest, because I was so anxious and depressed. And it was in that resting spot, call it exhaustion, mental exhaustion, that I began to receive messages. Because if you don't give the mind time to rest, you can't hear. So that is the reading for today, and the validation reading, excuse me. I have watched the replay, but I hope and pray with all my heart, all my soul, and all my might that Elijah had something to gift you. Hi, Denise. Hi, Anna Collection. Who else is on? I'm sorry, I haven't been paying attention. That's okay, Marga. Hi, Flo. Denise, Nellie, Marga. So I'm going to leave, and I will catch you all on the next one card, pick a card reading event, which will probably be in a couple of weeks, because I like there to be space and time for you guys to have experiences, because the typical space and time is 3 months. I was told that when I was 18 years old. Card reader told me that. So giving yourself space gives the readings time to manifest. But one card picks, it's okay. You could be going through something like on that day. So it's just as important. It could have to do with that day. A full-on card reading should be a 3 months space and time. Okay, you guys. Mwah! I love you. And quelling the fears. Okay? Take care. Be blessed. And I will see you at one of my makeup videos. I've got the I don't know if you can see because this is a live stream, but got mascara. I'm telling you, I love this mascara. Oh my goodness. Okay. Bye-bye. Signing out. Up and out. Onward and upward.